weird. That cut out. All right. Well, I am live. There's at least one person watching. That is excellent. Hello to everyone. I believe we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. So let me know if it is all working, if you're tuning in. Today, we're going to go over some of the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians. It's a very fascinating subject that I will be covering on next week's. There we go. Weekend at BurnEye stream on Leak Project. Last week's was super awesome. Here it is with myself, Rex Bear, and Eric Hecker talking about his 1 year spent at the South Pole. Play a little clip of it right now. It's 2 days old, almost at 20,000 views, currently at 18 point something K views. So this is last week's weekend at BurnEye. So let me know if you can hear the sound.
So, Eric, I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing what you're going to bring to the table, man. Because every time we talk, you're like next level. And you know, I've heard a lot of stuff in Antarctica, but you seem to have such a wide spectrum of topics that we could discuss anything, and I'm sure you'd be able to keep up.
If not, oh yeah, I'm game. I'm looking forward to it, Rex. Chomping at the bit. We've had this one on the back burner for a while, so I'm happy to join in.
Well,
exactly.
It's so.
There's weird contacts that happen in other circumstances. And there's the South Pole, and there's a magnetosphere, and most people are at certain positions on the planet for certain periods of time, and I equate that to like going to a different community and drinking of their well. Would be like partaking of the energy of that area.
I like what you're saying with that, and especially with the amount of instruments that NASA has down there of measuring these different electromagnetic waves and energies and stuff like that. And that would specifically tie into mind control, like the influence of it and that technology of these EM waves. So absolutely, anything that experience that you have from down there that right, we're gonna stop that one. And then also another good one that if you haven't seen yet is, oh my goodness, come on now, here we go. Why is it not? Autodidactic Weekly is North America, Egypt. We're going to have 2 Mondays from now, Harry Hubbard on, a follow-up to this video, if it decides to load for me. Come on, YouTube. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Maybe not. Well, here's the link for it on YouTube on the Autodidactic channel. Is North America, Egypt. It is a pretty awesome episode as well. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Did it switch over to the other Bob Greenyer stream there? That's what the next clip I was gonna show. This one is straight on the cold fusion, the anti-gravity, the alchemy, and the science with the Martin Fleischmann Memorial Project. Bob Greenyer stream, myself and Jeremiah here of the coil. It's absolutely excellent.
Yeah, so with the first hour that I had it going, it was pure white. I know it comes off the anode side, so I suspect it's wrong.
We currently have one viewer, yet all of these videos played already combined 30,000 views. Thanks, YouTube, for deleting me. But we're still going. This is Walter Russell's periodic vortex-based periodic table chemistry. It's amazing. Check it out if you haven't. These are lots of the coils that I've built, of which Bob is currently describing the different experiments that you can do with these coils and the water that you treat with them. All right, so I'm gonna stop the science. There we go. Stop that one. So probably my next stream coming up is this weekend for Weekend at BurnEye's on Leak Project Round 2. You can check out currently on Leak Project last week's interview with Eric Hecker, as well as me diving deep into making monoatomic gold and talking alchemy with Rex. This interview is about a month old, May 26th. Yeah, exactly a month old. Connected to the positive and negative on there. So this is part of the gold-white monoatomic that's formed on the top of this gold bar.
Oh my, inflation. It's real. Have you been to the pump lately? Have you been to the grocery store? Well, I mean,
channel Esoteric Gold. Michael, he does.
Shout out to Esoteric Gold, Jeremiah, JP, Rex Bear, Leak Project.
Out of the old process
Fridays,
of the chemical washes over and over and breaking it down, the metal gold into the fine white powder finally after about 6 or 7 chemical reactions and rinses and whatnot. And that old method, which has been recorded by first brought forward by David Hudson, like in the scientific community, but also is how the ancient alchemists and writings describe it to do it. And he's gotten it through that process, but then you have still these toxic chemicals that you need to rinse out of the gold, as well as the cost of the acids to break it down and all of that. So it's a very inefficient manner of making it, as opposed to my manner, where literally it's just salt, water, and I started with using distilled water. Now I use tap water. It's the exact same results on my end, but just from scientific perspective, I started with distilled, and yeah, it turns it into the metals. They literally melt off the anode side into this pure white state, and I've been able to do it with aluminum, copper, iron, bismuth, nickel, silver, gold, and a couple more that I've been able to get directly into the pure white state. And this is the result when it oxidizes, this teal blue aspect, and that is diatomic. And anytime the metal elements turn into this blue tealish, this is straight poison. So that's like, this is supposedly like the elixir of life. This is the death of instant heavy metal poisoning. And it's the smallest, how do I even describe it? It's crazy. Like, even thoughts, like your intention almost can change the reaction. Literally, I've had it where it'll be making the pure white stuff, and then like just some negative like person came in, and it literally instantly turned all of the white monoatomic in the jar into the blue teal diatomic oxidized, and started only producing the blue off of it from that point forward in that specific time I set it up.
Are you sure it didn't have something to do with the electrical charge or some other outside influence?
Literally, the electrical charge didn't change at all. It was plugged into the exact same 5-volt input, the power supply, the entire time. Like, you are correct, though, that one thing I've noticed is if you cut the anode side, the positive current going in, and only have negative current going into the reaction, it instantly and automatically turns the entire reactions yellow, and what the alchemists called the sulfide, the sulfur state. And they said when it dies, it turns yellow. So people are like, what does that mean? When it's they said it's live, it's red. Well, it's a live current that makes it like that. When it's dead, you're killing half the current, and then literally it changed the reaction where it starts making these yellow diatomic particles instead, and it's dead because you've killed half the current going in, and only negative current going in produces a sulfur reaction off of the electrolysis off the metals. And yeah, the most tiniest disturbance can turn it into this oxidized blue teal diatomic. And consuming or drinking the waters of those di or triatomic particles is where you will instantly start accumulating heavy metal poisoning.
Do not do that. You will die. Don't try this at home. This is not health advice.
Kill your body within
Don't poison
days
yourself.
or weeks.
It's serious business.
That's the seriousness of a condition.
I did not know that you were just using saltwater jars and then putting metals in these jars and then hooking them up to essentially 5 volts.
Yeah, it can even be done with a 3.5 volt DC battery. I've had the same successes with too.
How do you like make sure you don't get electrocuted?
It's that I'm using such small amounts of current. And another interesting aspect of this electrolysis, cold fusion, cold electricity, and this is tying into a lot of Nikola Tesla's work with electricity, the cold current, the plasma current, and then the cold fusion aspects. It's this inductive endothermic negative electricity, I guess, parameters or conditions that it creates, and that sort of current that seems to not harm the body. Like, I've never been shocked by it, it's never hurt me, and it's that there's very low amperage in this sort of electricity, and it can have, I've only experimented with smaller volts, smaller amounts of electricity going through, but apparently, and like Tesla was doing and using mass amounts of voltage in his reactions, it's that this cold current has a very, very low amount of amperage, and it's that amperage that is what does the harm and the danger and that can kill you.
Okay, but like, how do you set it up to be as safe as possible? Like, could you show us some examples how you would do it, like step by step? Yes. This is so wild, man. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, Bernie's not a professional, and either are you. This is, exactly. But he's a lot closer to a professional than you are.
I've been doing it. So before I show you the demonstration, just a little backstory of, I've been doing this experimenting now for about 10 years, started in my garage. Now I do most of the stuff in my outdoor, used to be a vending tent. Now I've set it up as a basically makeshift alchemy science lab, but well ventilated, as well as that it's not indoors or around where I'm living or spending the majority of my time, due to the fact that this is actually cold fusion. And I've been corresponding and have set up future discussions with Bob Greenyer coming up. And Bob Greenyer is the head of the Martin Fleischmann Memorial Project,
which I've already played. So
Fleischmann is
on
one of
that
the 2
note,
original.
we are going to end this one. We will see you all on leakproject.com this Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 7 Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then the exact same time on Mondays on the Autodidactic channel for our alternative history. And then 2 weeks from now, I shall return to APEC, as well as I am sure I will be on an alien scientist stream well before then. And last but not least, Andrea Zertis. We've been going back and forth. We're going to be doing some stuff right away. And if any of you do not know what these are and what I've been flashing, this is the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians and the Fairham Foundation's Geoglyph megalithic research and discovery of the Medicine Hat Badlands, which is in Alberta, Canada, which is right close to me in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And that is where we are going to be doing a meetup and study and group stream and investigation this summer. And it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to talk about it live on Autodidactic and on Weekend at BurnEye's on leakproject.com and YouTube Leak Project. coming up this Friday and Monday. Until then, I love you all and have a good day, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you watch this. Bless you all, and may there be peace on earth one day soon.
This is the bit, isn't it? That confuses me. It's like, did we choose to come here to get this sorted out, or is this just seems a little unfair, doesn't it? That you know, we seem to be here and there's this parasite messing up our experience.
And, you know, I know in my own life, the times that I've made major changes, it was like it became more painful not to change than to change. That was when I made big changes.
You know, it's this whole ridiculous narrative of, it's, you know, it's an unsafe world. There's not enough for you. It's scary. Everyone's out to get you. And clearly the old civilization was completely the opposite to that. It was all about empowerment, like literally.
Cosmic resonance, I think they called that one. Or
Cosmic resonance, that's a better name.
Real science, you can actually produce free electricity, and this is part of what Tesla was doing, is the differential between the top of the spire to the ground actually creates an electrical differential that you then connect to another wire that goes into the ground, your grounding. Put that into the third phase in your circuit, and then you have a bell ringing circuit, and that actually produces plasma electricity out of the air. It's real technology. These things actually function producing electricity. It's crazy.
The movies are the truth and the news is the lies. They've completely flipped it.
You know, when you look at everything with new eyes and you come across information like she was born into a very wealthy family with elite connections, you know, it means something very different now to me than it would have even a few years ago. And it's our free will that they've really also messed with, because we've been lied to and we react based on lies. And just getting their independence and end up in civil wars for 20, 30 years happens a lot.
Because we keep choosing to pick
Much
up the
love,
gun
Capralicious. Glad to have you back, my
building
420
and
brother.
uniting and accepting that we are
so much
one
more to
people,
come. Make sure
one
these
spirit,
projects
one
Fridays,
harmony, on one
maybe
plane
here
that
maybe
together,
Saturday mornings,
united, can achieve anything we
and
dream of.
Tuesdays
So
mornings,
do you want to,
Monday
you know,
nights
wake up,
for,
or do you want
the
to just keep
channel.
going along because
Love
the
you,
change
Doc.
is
Hope you're
too
doing well.
difficult?
And then give them pieces of information that they will then pursue themselves.
I am
and
not
look
going to be
into,
wrenching
and then
everyone on
they'll
this
wake
channel. Well, I
themselves
might
up.
still. We'll see.
I was going to
But
mention
so
it's the
far,
whole
just
red pill,
Cap,
blue pill
because you
of the
demand
Matrix. I mean, that of the movie.
Mm.
And you can consider that movie as a documentary, because they're telling us something about what's happening here. So do you want to, you know, wake up, or do you want to just keep going along because the change is too difficult? Wake up.
All right, should I do a little Brucey bonus now that you're here, Cap? Might as well. Play a last little part of a teaser from Is America Egypt? And this is me and Campbell are going to be doing a part 2 where we actually interview Harry Hubbard in the next couple of weeks together here. It is going to be an amazing time. So these are some of, this is all visible in Is North America Egypt on Autodidactic Channel.
That's fascinating, right?
Oh, stupid ads. Stupid ads. Where's my Brucey bonus? Right? I am. Oh, I guess I should get rid of the. I am an amateur, aren't I? Look at that. I've got advertisements. I've got all sorts of ridiculousness covering green. Come on. Or it's just same as always. YouTube screwed me over. One or the other. All right.
How does that same facial expression, that same
Easy Tiger. Yeah, that was not at all a UK Brucey or Aussie Campbell. That was quite the stone Canadian. Easy Tiger. Oh, God. Just can't do it today.
Oh, nice.
And on that note, we're going to end it because ain't that the truth? Thank you for being here. We love you all. Hopefully Campbell and JC and Kelly had an excellent meetup in Australia. I'm going to be doing a stream with him right away once he's back in Perth. And yeah, soon to have Harry Hubbard on there. This Friday Leak Project on Alien Scientists soon too. Love you all, especially you, Cap. First mod, first commenter, my brother of another mother. When are you going to start uploading some star forts and canals from the old world for us? Because we need that boots on the ground. Love you, dog. To everyone else, good day, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Much love and respect, my friend. Oh, and one last thing I'm going to share after this little clip. The playlist section. The playlist section, I have linked to over 100 videos of interviews with me and me interviewing amazing guests and presentations, all sorts of research and other channels with literally millions of views across YouTube. So make sure to check that out. Check out All right. Sorry about that. But not like that ain't an epic collage anyways to be looking at. So what am I talking about? All right, we will get rid of this collage. All right, now my YouTube channel. You go over to a playlist, and in the playlists, I've got all sorts of things put together. The Science of Sound series, different YouTube channel videos that I've been on, interviews of me, interviews of Michelle Gibson and I, videos that I appear on other channels like Third Phase of the Moon, Bob Greenyer, the League Project, Autodidactic, so many more, Alien Scientist, APEC, Truth Seekers, as well as, God, there's literally hundreds more. Let's see what we clicked on here. Oh, not that one. Yeah, there's, if you go through it, millions of views across YouTube and all of these different videos in playlists. Make sure, yeah, great, you can hear me perfect. So in the playlists, lots of them are on Autodidactic, also on Faraday Research, there's a couple on Tezos, Aaron, Ztez, he's got a bunch, and Autodidactic 1 and 2, Leak Project, Alien Scientist. Yeah, there's literally hundreds of amazing videos, contents, and Aaron Corbett channels are renamed. Or no, it's always been that on YouTube, my bad. And yeah, so make sure you check it out, because there is literally weeks upon videos of amazing science interviews and podcasts of mine and other partner channels that it is indispensable information. And despite having my last 2 channels terminated on me out of the blue twice within a year now, we still have all the big main players up with my weekly shows and podcasts. So make sure, and yeah, Science of Sound, thank God, Aaron, make sure you go over and sub to Aaron. He's got a lot of my content mirrored. Was able to do that. I encourage people to mirror my videos whenever possible for the prevention of censorship.
In your chat here, some bio information here.
And Science of Sound, episode 3, absolutely amazing. So make sure you check out my playlist section. And yeah.